just went through.
Yeah, good.
Yep. You're good. Yep.
All right. Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we would like to give all praise and glory unto
Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Kakodash.
double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples towards younger brothers. And peace and blessings and salutations to the whole elect out there pushing his word and truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, pushing to get up out of there. Shalom to the whole elect, the believers, the listeners whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. All right. Once again, back with the beloved brothers, GMS Orlando. All right, and we're going into a lesson, dealing with the misanthropic, mindset, which this is the word, we was looking for yesterday during the live stream, but the water, to the beloved brother, Yaqua, the Hopeful Lake 3, he posted it in the comment board, that live stream, so we was able to look up that word. It's a heavy word, all right, and it's Elder Apostle Gabar, the beloved Elder Apostle Gabar, that goes into this word. He pushes, he goes into how the truth, turns, men into misanthrope. Okay, and when you go into that definition, like we're going to do, it's a heavy definition and it aligns, with what the scriptures say we should be like, in this world, So, any brother add anything before we get?
We get the definition.
You got it.
It says a misanthrope is a person who dislikes, distrusts, or has a general contempt for humankind,
Mm-hmm.
often believing people are inherently selfish,
Yep.
flawed, or bad, leading to cynicism and social isolation.
Yeah, so it says, read it again.
It says a misanthrope is a person who dislikes, distrusts, or has a general contempt for humankind.
Yeah, for this age. Because this age produces a certain type of person. This is a very anti-Messiah society.
Right.
Real quick, get 1 John 5 and 19. Because this is a viewpoint, all right, of the elect. As we mature in Yahweh Shai, this is how when we look out into the world, we have a distrust, a disdain for this age. It's hard to trust. There's no way you can trust anybody outside the truth.
Right.
Because you don't know what they're capable of.
Right.
They might be okay for the moment, but when their pressure comes, how they gonna respond?
Demon time.
Yeah. And you don't know how they live away from you.
Mm-hmm.
Every brother got, different things that they into, different circumstances, different, family situations, but there's a common standard.
Right.
There's an expectation, there's a standard that we know, okay, this brother, if he's in the spirit, he's doing this, this, and this.
There's integrity.
Yeah. You see, but in the world, they don't have that structure or the fear of the Lord. So they can operate out of bounds. We went into that the other day. How about Adam was given the breath to keep things in bounds.
Right.
You see? So people that's outside the truth, we don't know how far out of bounds they're operating
Right.
when we're not around.
Right.
You got that first John.
There's 1 John 5 and 19.
Yep.
And we know that we are of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, and the whole world lieth in wickedness.
Yeah, the whole world lieth in wickedness. This age. This is a wicked age, man. Because it's social engineered by the serpent, Esau, Edom, the devil.
Right.
This man has customized the behavior of the world. You see? That's why you see people operate with the same mannerism. Because it's all anti-Messiah.
Right.
Once you done met one nigga woman, you pretty much met them all. You done dealt with one nigga, you done pretty much dealt with them all.
Mm-hmm.
They all operate off that same belief system, that same mannerism, that same darkness.
Yep.
Okay, so the whole world, live in wickedness under the devil, man. Outside of the remnant, that's why only the remnant gonna be on the chariots. You know, uh, read that definition again.
I got one
Oh
real
yeah,
quick.
okay, yeah,
It's
slide.
Ecclesiastes chapter 13 and verse 1.
Yep, yep.
He that toucheth pitch shall be defiled
Yeah, break
therewith,
it down.
and he that hath fellowship with a proud man shall be like unto him.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody outside of the elect are fashioned after Esau.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Esau's a proud man. He's a profane man, as is described in Hebrews the 12th chapter. And again, what fellowship have light with darkness? So there's a natural separation between the light and the dark, with the light being the elect through the grace and mercy of Yahweh Shema Shai.
Oh, I got one for you too. This First Peter chapter 4, and I'm gonna start at verse 2. It says that he no longer should live the rest of his time in the flesh of the lust of men, but to the will of the heavenly Father. For the time past of our life may suffice us to have brought the will of the Gentiles, when we walked in lasciviousness, lust, excess of wine, revelings, banquetings, and abominable idolatries, wherein they think it strange that you run not with them to the same excess of riot, speaking evil of you. And we all took part in the world, of those very same characteristics: lasciviousness, excess of wine, rioting. That's the vibration that Esau is constantly pushed out, and that's the vibration that the majority of the people are under.
Right.
And where, to the brother's point, like you said, everybody here is under that low vibration. So they think it now that we've been called out of that low vibration. It's like they think it's strange that we don't run to that same excess of riot anymore. We have a misanthropic mindset. We came to and we've grown to disdain the mindset and the vibration of this world.
And the Lord is perfecting our hatred for this place. The longer we're here, the more our hatred is perfected. It goes from, being separated, to growing into a true disdain for this world, to we're disgusted, And this is why the Lord is doing this, because this is securing salvation. Because why in the hell will we, when this man switch over? Because our temptation is when this man switched this system over. When he hit the switch, and that old system is completely done, and now the new system is up.
Right.
That's the hour of temptation. So if we hate the old system, and the new system is an enhanced version, a digital version of the old system, with this nigga with more control. Okay, so if we're growing to hate the old system, there's no way that we're gonna voluntarily give ourselves to this new system, man. So the Lord is perfecting our hatred right now to stand stiffly when this system switches over to digital, man. You got it, bro.
It says, from the dictionary, it says a person who dislikes humankind and avoids human society.
Yep.
It says,
and avoid human society, and and this is why you see brothers minimize their dealings with this world as less as possible. Brothers only deal in situations where they have to deal, but being engulfed and being in the mix on the scene just cause it get to the point that we deal with this world on a need to basis. Brothers need to work. Brothers need to they got certain networks and connections that they got to deal with, for the sake of business or for the sake of forwarding, or maintaining, their situation, but outside of it, man, it's getting to the point where the Lord just is drawing us back more and more, to where we're constantly more and more isolated from this world and from these people, man.
Yeah, I want to read. Go ahead, you got it, bro. Go ahead.
It says, from the etymology online, it says, one who hates humankind, one who distrust human character or motives.
Human character motives. Because we know everything is rooted. This is a hyper-individual society. Like going back to Esau, like the spirit of Esau is on the average person.
Right,
to where the average person is looking to where they're looking for an angle to have some type of leverage on you and to use you for their benefit, no matter what position they put you in. Esau come take a whole country of resources and don't give a damn about the millions of people and what position they put them in.
Right.
But people are like that on a low level. In this society, people are looking, okay, how can I take and improve my situation? And I don't give a damn what position I done left this person in.
Yeah.
And that's the majority of society.
That's heavy, man.
You know? They're operating like lower level Edomites.
That's it.
You know, you got
That's
it,
it.
bro.
It goes into what's that? Ecclesiastes 10. As a judge is, so is the people.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have a natural hatred for Esau for what he's already done, and then the people are just a lesser version of him.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean? That means you're going to distrust the society as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to participate.
You got more on it? You have something?
No, it was just more definitions you got.
Go ahead. No, read them, bro. Read them.
It says, again, a person who dislikes, distrusts, or has a general contempt for humankind, often believing people are inherently selfish.
Yep, inherently selfish in this society. And you're born in this world, you're born and you're cultivated to be selfish. You know, you're cultivated to self-worship. You know, because even your birthday, you're teaching people the way Esau, this society pushes your birthday, you're teaching people to worship themselves. Okay? Like they should be praised just for being born.
Right.
You know, just for being born, you deserve some type of praise. You know? Nah, man. Because you even look in the scriptures, people were praised because of righteousness. Our forefathers, certain foremothers, they was praised. Why? Because of their integrity, like you say.
Right.
Integrity was praised.
Right.
Okay? Honesty was praised. Faithfulness was praised. Discipline, these things were praised. Wisdom, therefore, their life, that was praised. Okay? But this man produces, this man has a society that people praise themselves just for the fact that they're born. And don't let you be born a woman.
Right.
You see? You deserve worship. You know? So it creates a very self-centered, off-balance, unrealistic society, man. And as a righteous man, you hate that. You look out and you hate this shit, man.
Hey, because what I used to say like a while ago, years ago, that which we know, like our spiritual fathers, spiritual uncles taught the world, the lust. Esau enticed. Esau is Satan. The spiritual demon Satan. Job is to entice shit that we were doing in the world, and that's what it do. It entices you. If you like to commit adultery, then you're gonna be enticing that shit. If you like to gamble, heavy gambling, you're gonna get enticed in that shit. You like stealing, whatever you like, whatever it is you like doing, because that's why I tell you in 1 John 2:15, it's the lust of the eyes. Right? The lust of the eyes, they're keeping up with the Joneses. You want what the world got. So, and if it tell you in Galatians 5:16, if you're not exercising the spirit, then the flesh gonna overpower you.
Mm-hmm.
So real quick, this is Ephesians 2:1.
Mm-hmm.
And you have he quickened, who were dead in trespasses and sins, where in time past ye walked according to the course of this world, according to the prince of the power of the air, the spirit that now worketh in the children of disobedience, among whom also we all had our conversation in time past, in the lusts of the flesh, fulfilling the desire of the flesh and of the mind, and were by nature the children of wrath, even as others. But power, which is rich in mercy, for his great love wherewith he loved us, even when we were dead in sins, have quickened us together with Mashiach. By grace ye are saved, and have raised us up together and made us sit together in heavenly places in Mashiach Yahushua. So it's that one mind, one body, one spirit, right? Then I want to get this. Isaiah, going back to Isaiah 48, when the Lord said, let me just read it. It's Isaiah 48:11. For my own sake, a routine, behold, I have refined thee, but not with silver. I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction. For my own sake, even for my own sake, will I do it. For how should my name be polluted, and I will not give my glory to another? It reads, verse 12, Hearken unto me, O Jacob and Israel, my call. I am he, I am the first, I also am the last. It's the point I want to make, verse 13. My hand also have laid the foundation of the earth, and my right hand have spanned the heavens. When I call unto them, they stand up together. Like it said in Ephesians 2. We all had our conversation in time past. Let me go back to it real quick. Ephesians 2.
I got you.
I'm right here. I got it. Ephesians 2 and verse 5. Even when we were dead in sins, have quickened us together with Mashiach. By grace you are saved, and have raised us up together and made us sit together in heavenly places in Mashiach Yahushua. So the word together, outside of this, it ain't nothing. It's together. It's the same. It's the going back to this word, man. Brothers feel the same way. How the apostles, when you look at the word 1 Corinthians 4:15, it reads, though you have 10,000 instructors in Mashiach, yet have you not many fathers. There's a lot of guys calling on the Lord. There's a lot of guys allegedly teaching. But it said, though you have 10,000 instructors in Mashiach, yet have you not many fathers. And the word father goes into one who has infused into you his spirit.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we feel the same way the apostles feel.
Mm-hmm.
As Apostle Paul, he always say, this truth, what's the word in 2 Timothy 2, being a soldier for the Lord, a solitary, man. And if a brother ain't sitting in solitary, fuck that nigga. If that chick ain't, hey, she ain't, cause we cleaving to y'all about Shema Shah, and the woman put a cleave to you.
Mm-hmm.
So hey, you hate every outside of this, fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
If I may add, because like we were doing yesterday, we were digging yesterday, and it was a small plant that we that we had to dig up, and under that plant was a huge root. And we understand now that though if you aren't in that misanthropic mindset, if you aren't aligning with the spirit of the prophets, then more than likely you're not rooted in the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And we're starting to see these different weeds being plucked up through these different heresies. They're being plucked up because they're not aligning with the true spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. The Lord himself was a misanthrope.
Mm-hmm.
Like the brothers was bringing out yesterday, he used to do miracles, preach, and go.
He wasn't dealing with the Roman society.
Right.
He was in the midst of Pax Romana. Rome was popping, but he wasn't a figure. Like you got Captain Caesarea. He wants to be a figure in Babylon and Rome.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to be a figurehead. Yahweh Shah wasn't trying to be a figurehead.
Right.
He was about progress in the spirit, teaching. He was about completing the assignment given to him from the Father. We're about completing the assignment given to us, by Yahweh Shah.
Right.
So just like you said too, I want to make the point because you read in Ephesians how we used to fulfill the lust of the flesh.
Right.
And when we were doing that, we was blinded to the flaws of this world.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when you into a woman, you blinded by her flaws. Cause you into it, you in the lust. You ain't tripping on the flaws like that.
Right.
Your lust is overriding everything.
Right.
So when we was in the lust of the world, our lust was overriding the flaws of this world.
Yeah.
But when you in the spirit, you put them spiritual eyes on.
I saw.
Yeah. What's that shit you can spray where you can see or use in investigation? They spray and they show the blood and
I don't know the name.
I forgot the name of it.
Yeah.
But they come in and they spray that stuff and you can see the blood, but you can't see it with the naked eye.
Right, because they done cleaned it up.
Yeah. But when they come in,
he used bleach and
yeah.
blood. Yeah.
But they spray that, all right, and now you can see it, and that's how it is in the spirit.
What's the blue shit? It's a blue.
We have the eyes to see.
Black light.
Luminol. Yeah. So we have the eyesight, which is like spiritual luminol.
Yeah.
Because if you go into the room with that luminol, let's say you come like now on this couch and you put luminol and you see the blood and stuff, and you can't sit on this couch no more.
Yeah.
You done seen the blood and you can't blood. You can't. Like, you can't just sit down and chill no more.
Right.
Like, I
Yeah.
just seen the blood and the filth
Yeah.
and this and
Like covering cats.
yeah. So the spirit took that off of us, man.
That's heavy.
It took that veil off our eyes to where we can't unsee what we seen, man. And
Right.
it creates a hatred.
Right.
Every day that we mature in Yahweh Shai, we have a hatred for this place. Remember how Yahweh Shai coming back? He's coming back with all anger.
Yeah.
He's pissed at this world.
He said vengeance.
Yeah.
Isaiah 63, vengeance burned up in his heart.
Yeah. He's pissed at this world, this society. You say that the people look at us and like, oh, Yahweh Shai hate young niggas.
Right.
He hate these young hoes and nigga woman. He hates Esau Edom. He hates this digital world order and all this shit. He hates Christianity, Islam. He hate all this shit. That's why he coming with so much judgment for it.
Yep. Nigga culture.
Yeah, he hate that shit. GMO food, like Yahweh Shai hate that shit. You see? So as we growing in Yahweh Shai, of course we're gonna be perfected in that hatred toward this society, man.
Right. Hey, and I want to. So in Ephesians 2, it tell you, say, you have he quickened.
Yeah,
When you read Isaiah 11, Yahweh quickened Yahweh Shai.
yeah.
So when you read John 6, he said, eat my flesh, drink my
Yeah,
blood.
yeah.
As Yahweh quickened Yahweh Shai in Isaiah 11, because it tell you in Matthew 3, it say it reads when John baptized Yahweh Shai, it said the Spirit is sitting on like a dove, right? So in Isaiah 11, when Yahweh quickened Yahweh Shai, when you read Isaiah 11, in John 6, Yahweh Shai quickened the remnant the same way.
Right.
That's why 1 Peter 4 say, yourselves likewise with the same mind as Yahweh Shai.
It's the same mind.
It's the same mind.
Mm.
So if you ain't, then this, hey, fuck you, man.
It said good is set against evil. It's an evil world.
Yeah.
The scriptures say, I hate every false way.
Mm-hmm.
So
Bro,
that
matter of
you
fact,
naturally develop a misanthropic mindset.
Yeah.
Because you hate every false way. All
Yeah.
of this is a society of covetousness.
Right.
Everybody's on a race to the top. No standard of integrity.
Right.
Just a dark countenance.
If I can read this. This is Isaiah 11:1. And there shall come forth a rod out of the stem of Jesse, and a branch shall grow out of his roots. And the spirit of Yahweh shall rest upon him, the spirit of wisdom and understanding, the spirit of counsel and might, the spirit of knowledge and the fear of Yahweh, and shall make him of quick understanding in the fear of Yahweh. And he shall not judge after the sight of his eyes, neither reprove after the hearing of his ears.
Oh, that's heavy. You just read, he shall not judge from the sight of his eyes.
Exactly. That's the point I want to give. You got it.
That is heavy. But you got it, though. I just bring that out. You expound on it, bro.
No, you got it, bro. You got it, bro.
Yeah. So just, expounding on it, we're not looking from the eyes of who we were in the world anymore. We're looking from the eyes of righteous. This book is training us to be righteous judges. So we taking all emotions out.
Right.
It don't matter, what kinsmen they are to us, what relation they are. None of that matter anymore.
Right.
We're judging it strictly through the lens of righteousness, man.
Right.
If it's off, it's off. If it's right, it's right.
Right. No, because we was going into how you run into certain situations, like you find out about your moms and your pops and their dealings and how the separation happened, but you look at it through a lens of righteousness. So it removes the emotions from the picture. Because this world, they'll use your emotions to pervert judgment. And that makes you hate this world because it's not a standard of integrity. It's a standard of emotions and picking and choosing.
This world has capitalized off of sincerity. Just like the movie I was watching yesterday. People who actually care are oftentimes taken advantage of. And because we cared in the world for different things, we have an innate, we're compassionate as a people. Jake loved nature. Jake loved the simplicity of life.
Jake want to see everybody win.
Yeah.
Naturally.
Right.
Compassionate. The natural perspective of Jake, you want to see everybody win.
And Esau take advantage of that.
Mm-hmm.
Since you want to see everybody win, okay, I'm gonna suck you dry, like it says in the Sirach 12. Sirach 13, suck you dry twice and thrice until there's nothing left. And so the beauty is the Lord has called us out of that simplistic mind state and given us the proper mind state of kings, to look above just simple matters and to see the bigger picture.
Hey, that's heavy because you give Esau all you got. This nigga draining the fuck out your ass.
It's draining.
Right. So the Lord got the elect, Lord willing to be a part of that number, detaching. So now they care more about things in the spirit than the world. So at that point, Esau don't have a real angle on the elect because their affection ain't here no more.
That's why Revelation 12 and 17 gonna come down. They say on them, where he said the dragon that was wrought with the woman,
Right.
which go back to Genesis 3 from the beginning,
Right.
because they had a testimony of Yahweh Shah and they keep the commandments. Let me go back to this, Isaiah 11:3. And he shall make him of quick understanding. And this is what Yahweh Shah did to the remnant. In the fear of Yahweh. And shall make him of quick understanding in the fear of Yahweh. And he shall not judge after the sight of his eyes, neither reprove after the hearing of his ears, but with righteousness shall he judge the poor, and reprove with equity for the meek of the earth. And he shall smite the earth with the rod of his mouth, and with the breath of his lips shall he slay the wicked. So, at the same way Yahweh quicken Yahweh Shah quicken the remnant. So, and it's hey, we just telling you, thus saith the Lord. Right? Hey, you don't stay over there then. It's thus saith the Lord still. But like the Lord said, I read Isaiah 48, and Ephesians 2, it said, he rose them up together.
Yep.
Together. Separated. And it's the same, yeah.
And I got this one real quick. Beautiful. This is Psalm 97 and 10 in the G&T. The Lord loves those who hate evil. He protects the lives of his people. He rescues them from the power of the wicked.
Yeah, that's it.
He said he loves them that hate evil. Hey, because you think about it, like you say, the only thing that, because when you're operating in your lust, you know, because whether you are chasing money, you know, like you were going into, Esau has a leverage on these jakes that want to be rappers and successful because them niggas want their fame. Them niggas want their glory. So he's able to drag these niggas along because like training day, really Esau is training day. The society is training day because he kept breaking down his morals. Because Jake, that's his name, Jake. Well, his whole objective was to break down his morals and justify it. Like, this how it is, Jake. This how it gotta be, Jake. You want to change something, don't it, Jake? You gotta do this. You know, and that's what Esau does, you know, to our people that have, you know, this lust, you know, for his goods. If you lust for his goods going into, matter of fact, get that real quick, Proverbs 23:1. If you lust for his goods, he's able to manipulate you.
Yeah, you want his dainties?
Yeah, you want those dainties.
Yeah,
he's able to manipulate you because you want those dainties. You see, even the nigga woman, if your prize is the box, the nigga woman has the box. She's able to manipulate you how she want. You see, that's why when you, as a man, when you're not driven by your lust, like the woman don't have that power like that. See, when you in your lust, she's the best thing going. But when you really get on your purpose and you how about your mouth shy, like this motherfucker disgusting. It's complete two different perspectives. It's the same object, but it's when we change, it's give us a different perspective. Going back to 2 Corinthians, all things are new. You see? Like you don't now, like you were saying earlier, like you went to full sale, but even then when your spirit was young, you still know I don't want to be around this shit. You know? So imagine now, as we mature, now it goes from you not wanting to be around it to you have a disgust for this shit.
That's like the highest order of being in the truth and spiritual maturity is a misanthropic mindset. Because when you first come in, you avoid the evil life. But then as you mature, you're like, man, fuck these people. You still avoid them, but you look at it and you start to despise it more and more because you see what it produces. You know, being a husbandman of the earth is like seeing a garden overrun with weeds. It's like there's a certain contempt you have, like, you know, you ruining the garden.
Because we understand the big picture now. We understand that if one aspect of the garden is off, the whole garden is off. You got weeds in one corner. It will be in that corner for a little bit, but eventually those weeds is gonna spread to the whole garden. And now the disease of the earth has spread into the whole world. This disease mindset, this disease way of life has spread. It started in a little corner and it spread throughout the whole corner of the earth. And now everybody's operating under this low vibration. And it's really sickening, it's vexing. You know, it's like, I can only imagine Lot in his time, being around those Gomorrites, those Sodomites, every single day, operating under that low vibration.
And it said it vexed his spirit day to day, man, with them wicked conversations. Every day.
Because that we was getting into it yesterday, that environment got so bad to the point where they were trying to sodomize angels.
Yeah.
Oh man, hey, it's like, yo,
You got it.
no, you can finish your point, bro.
That environment got so bad that they were trying to sodomize angels even after being blinded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
they were still going after it.
And then Lot is a cut to these niggas that's done sold out. Cause Lot was balling.
Mm-hmm.
But his personal situation still didn't make him blinded to the wickedness.
Right.
He was vexed. Remember, he was balling. Him and Adam and him and
Abraham
Abraham had to
split apart,
separate.
yeah,
Yeah.
so much, yeah. Yeah.
So Lot was balling in Sodom, but he was still vexed, showing you that integrity. He had honor. It wasn't about his personal situation.
Right.
It was about the condition of the earth.
Mm.
Showing you attributes of a ruler is not about their personal situation.
Right.
Of a righteous ruler, their personal situation ain't the end all be all. But America teaches you that your personal situation is the end all be all.
Individualism.
Yeah, once you get your situation straight, you don't care how
Yeah, big
nothing
Rob
else.
is
Yeah.
going to that all the time.
You don't even
man.
care. You don't even give a damn if your biological brother ain't. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't even care about your next to kin. You don't care about nothing but your
Yeah.
personal situation. Like nigga want that. Nigga want to come to the family union with that status of this. You know what I mean? Be exalted.
Yeah.
But his family through.
Right.
Yeah.
Just like old boy from training day when he went in there. Like, yeah, they know me. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's how you flipping them pigeons.
Yeah.
Then everybody know I'm here.
Yeah.
Oh, you the man in this piece, huh?
Nigga had special demon on him.
Tap into something dark.
Nigga said they flipping pigeons. Then everybody know I'm here.
I know you like to get with I got one real quick. It's Luke chapter 12 and verse 15. And he said unto them, take heed and beware of covetousness.
Oh man.
For a man's life consisteth not in the abundance of the things which he possesseth.
Can you go up on that? Get that whole account. Let's get that.
You want to start at 14?
Yeah.
Come on, this is Luke 12 and 14.
Mm-hmm.
And he said unto him, man, who made me a judge?
Go ahead there when he first came to me.
This is Luke 12 and 11.
Yeah.
And when they bring you unto the synagogues and unto the magistrates and powers, take ye no thought how or what thing ye shall answer or what ye shall say. For the Holy Spirit shall teach you in the same hour what ye ought to say. And one of the company said unto him, Master, speak to my brother that he divide the inheritance with me.
Yeah, so Jake was coming to Yahushua speaking of an inheritance. So his father died and he wanted Yahushua to be a judge over their inheritance. And see, Yahushua knew he was on some bullshit because whatever his father wrote out, that's what it is.
Yeah, you can't change that.
Yeah, and then he was just thinking from the aspect, he just wanted more of an inheritance.
Right.
You know, that was his mind was just having more of the inheritance.
It wasn't about equity.
Yeah. And then your father know he wasn't shit.
That's
You
why he
know,
wrote
that's
the
why,
will that
yeah,
way.
that's why he wrote it that way. You know, go ahead.
Verse 14, and he said unto him, man, who made me a judge
Yep.
or a divider over you?
Yep.
And he said unto them, take heed and beware of covetousness.
Yep.
For a man's life consisteth not in the abundance of the things which he possesseth.
Yeah, so a man's life don't consist in abundance of what he possesses. Because going back to it, that's why there's a such thing in this society as net worth.
Right.
You know, and see, that's why you can't figure out the net worth of King David and King Solomon. You can, you know, get some numbers thrown out there just to kind of give you the scale that was
Yeah,
on.
but you can't get an accurate.
Because they wasn't keeping up with that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? They wasn't keeping up with no net worth. This is Esau shit.
Right.
Well, you're categorized by a net worth.
Yeah.
The rich, the super rich.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you know the billionaires. These are all these are vain categories.
Because the Lord taught us, if I may say, the Lord taught us to be satisfied with just the quality of life.
Yeah.
Just life itself, the
Yeah.
Lord taught us to be satisfied with.
Yeah.
You have land, you have cattle, you have children, you have a wise man be, you have resources. That's life.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And once you have that, you really have everything.
Yeah. And if I'm a billionaire, what does it benefit you to know I'm a billionaire?
Exactly.
Look at the condition of the earth. You got more billionaires than ever.
Right.
Than the earth has ever had. But look at the condition of the earth.
It's worse.
So what's the point of you knowing I'm a billionaire besides shitting on you?
It breeds covetousness.
You know?
That's all it breeds is covetousness. I got
You got
Greek
it.
word for covetousness. It's pleon exia. Pleon exia. It says greedy desire to have more. Covetousness, avarice.
Mhm.
And when you look up avarice, it says extreme greed for wealth or material gain.
I got something for you to back that up. This is 1 Timothy 6 and verse 6. But godliness with contentment is great gain.
Yep.
For we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain we can carry nothing out.
Mm-hmm.
And having food and raiment, let us be therewith content. But they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare.
Hey, because Esau teach you to be confident in riches, because at that point he can control you. That's why they gave you the ditties but then they show you you could put up 50 mil, and you still can't get out because I'm still in control. So if your whole confidence is rooted in them possessions and he in control, he got you. And that going into that covetousness.
And then snare.
Right.
You know, he teaches, like you say, rappers talk Jake of what's their lifestyle? The opposite of Stoicism.
Epicurious.
Epicurious.
Yeah.
He promoted that style of Epicurious where you find liberty through pleasure.
Yep.
You know? So if you want that lifestyle, then you gotta be more dependent on him because Esau is the gatekeeper of that lifestyle.
Right.
Being a rich nigga, Esau is the gatekeeper of that.
Right.
Okay, and it's a snare. So if you spend your life trying to be a rich nigga, you gotta continue to degrade your morals to try to get that.
It's a race to the bottom.
Yeah, because even when you reach
Damn.
a certain level, guess what? You gotta drop the more you climb, your morals gotta keep shedding off of you.
Right.
That's why you get to the point to where you did it.
Right.
You see? The higher you get, the more morals now this nigga is Epstein Jr.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He a baby Epstein. You see? Why? Because he was snared into that covetousness, man. You know?
You still got more on that?
Yeah, it says, but they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare,
That's it.
and into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown men in destruction and perdition. For the love of money is the root of all evil,
Right.
which some coveted after. They have erred from the faith, and pierced themselves through with many sorrows.
Yeah, because they covered it after. The scriptures say that the earth was given into the hand of the wicked. So right now he's in the power seat. So if you want some type of excess, you got to go through the most depraved nation of people on the planet.
Let me get, this is Colossians chapter 3. Oh, I want to read this first.
Because if your confidence rooted in Yahweh Shema Shah, whether you are based or bound, you still rooted.
Right.
Jake lose a job, it's like, all right, I'll have to do me a lesson. You know? They done took some money from you, done found out something that got stolen, broken into. It's like, all right, cool, fine.
Yeah.
Because you still rooted here. Like,
Yeah.
I'm waiting on the kingdom. So it's like all of this little ups and downs and this
yeah.
shit don't matter. Jake playing for keeps in a temporary kingdom.
You gotta do a lesson and get over that shit. Yeah. Amos 5:15 it reads, hate the evil and love the good, and establish judgment in the gate. It may be that Yahweh power of hosts will be gracious unto the remnant of Joseph. And then I want to go to Colossians Hey, but being reactivated to Yahweh Bashim Shah is hating his world, man.
Right.
Period. This is Colossians 3.
Because you hate that mindset of money over integrity.
Right.
You know, you despise that mind because that's not our natural state as a people.
Right.
Because we had rich Israelites in the ancient world, but the ones that we remember, the ones that are written about, are the ones that stood for righteousness.
Right.
Because you're always gonna have the rich and the poor. That dynamic is always gonna exist. But it's still the standard should be integrity.
Yep.
It's Colossians 3:3. Mortify therefore your members which are upon the earth, fornication, uncleanness, inordinate affection, evil concupiscence, and covetousness, which is idolatry. For which things sake the wrath of God coming from the children of disobedience, in the which ye also walked sometime when ye lived in them. But now ye also put off all these: anger, wrath, malice, blasphemy, filthy communication out of your mouth. Lie not one to another, seeing that ye have put off the old man with his deeds.
Put off that old man.
Right.
And that old man had a craving for this world.
Right.
And
And
a
lust.
desire. Yeah.
It's the lust demon, man.
It was a time when we was obsessed with trying to become like these niggas
Yeah.
on the music video.
Yeah.
You know, we was obsessed with that shit. Every minute we were thinking about a scheme to get to the top.
Yeah.
Niggas would sit in the car, smoke weed,
Yeah.
and talk about how we gonna make it, or
Right.
what we would do if we had this much money. That's what we did on a daily basis.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, we was obsessed with this shit. Talking about women, they're sitting there talking about women for hours. This, and you know, who hit who, and you got this number, and this, you know, we was obsessed with, and it was, now you look at it, and that was the lowest frequency you can operate on.
Operating as a beast.
As a beast.
Yeah.
You see? So now you look at it, cause even like more and more, you look at that old nigga, you hate that old nigga. What that old nigga that we was?
Yeah.
You hate that old nigga.
Hate that nigga, man.
You know? You ashamed of that nigga.
Yeah.
Like Jake
Ashamed,
can come in the
yeah.
truth and still try to brag about the dope they sold and they life in the
Yeah,
world
yeah.
and shit. They
Yeah.
Shame of that.
they really not ashamed of it. The fact that they still talking about it and bringing it up, they really still honor it.
Right.
You know, but there's when you really ashamed of something, you don't want to bring it up.
Yeah, you don't
Right.
bring that shit. Yeah, real talk.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, brothers talk about their past, but brothers that, you know, you can tell brothers that someone is speaking of something in a glorified way.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
it's a thing of
Yeah,
honor.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's someone who's speaking like from the contrite spirit and explaining. You know, you got it, bro.
Back
Yeah,
in
'cause a lot
Colossians.
of, with the elect, Lord willing, the Lord saved you from yourself. Whatever path you was on was a path to death. Some routes faster than others, but it was all a path to death, paved with good intentions.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give mama a house, and it's paved with good. But if the Lord would have let you get to the finish line of that, you'd have been through. You'd have been destroyed.
Right. At the daily party.
Yeah.
Colossians 3 and 10. And have put off the old man, and have put on the new man, which is renewed in knowledge after the image of him that created him. I got one more. This is Titus. As a matter of fact, let me read a little bit more of this and I'm gonna jump to Titus. Colossians 3 and 12. Put on therefore as the elect of power, holy and beloved, bowels of mercies, kindness, humbleness of mind, meekness, long suffering. Because the mind we had in the world was of lust. So this say put on humbleness of mind, meekness, long suffering, forbearing one another, and forgiving one another. If any man have a quarrel against any, even as Mashiach forgave you, so also do ye. So then this is Titus 3 and 3 it reads, for ourselves also are sometimes foolish, disobedient, deceived, serving diverse lusts and pleasures, living in malice and envy, hateful and hating one another. But after that, the kindness and love of power, our Savior toward man appeared.
And Esau taught us, because you go to nigga culture, it's a culture where you hate to see your brother do good.
Yep. Yep. Is that hateful and hate one another? That's it.
Him doing good is like it's taken away from, you know what I'm saying, your ability to do good for yourself.
Right. Right.
You know, so not only did, you know, we have diverse lust that we were slave to, man, that we sincerely didn't even want to see
Another brother
Yeah,
doing good. Hey, and that's crazy because the one brother that a brother did see doing good, that brother that was doing good, he was about individualism.
Yep. Yep.
So
Yep.
it's like I got a reason to hate this nigga.
Yeah.
It's that like a spirit of competition.
Yep.
Esau pushes a spirit of competition.
Yeah.
Amongst himself, and Jake has adopted that.
Right.
To where now it's everything in the hood culture is competition.
Bro, we were talking about that.
Mm-hmm.
You got a McDonald's, a Wendy's, and a Burger King right next to each other.
Yeah.
You got a Ford dealership and a Chevy dealership right next to each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got a Waffle House and a Denny's right next to each other.
Yeah.
That's a nigga mentality. You have some, like you have a Jake, you know, in the hood, and like we was getting into yesterday. Every man, you know, it's in man's nature to want to be recognized for something.
Yeah.
But you'll have Jake who try to overshadow something. Oh yeah, I know he's a good speaker, but you know I can speak too.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even about that, because at the end of the day, we're all getting the same penny.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, the Lord gave us a different part of the body to be helpful in.
Mm-hmm.
The toe is just as equally as important as the hand.
Mm-hmm.
Every aspect of the body is equally important, and it's no competition at the end of the day, because we're all fighting for the same purpose. It's like the elder asked. He said, "What makes us brothers?" You know, we all have the same Father. That's what makes us brothers. It's very simple. You know, this ministry, it speaks about the simplicity in Hamashiach. This ministry is simple. It's not about the competition. It's not about the vibration that this world pushes off. The vibration of this world, if we were operating under the vibration of this world, this ministry would have never got to the point where it's at now.
Mm-hmm.
In order for it to have reached to this point, there had to be a different, the Yahushua spirit had to come in and intervene.
And that simplicity, just add to what you're saying with that simplicity, Esau has made everything overcomplicated. You know? He has made everything overcomplicated, man. Getting a business, starting a business has become overcomplicated. With the paperwork, the certificates, the taxes, the this and that, the insurance, everything is overcomplicated. Dealing with a woman, it ain't so much that we just got a hatred for women. We just understand the trauma and the complications that come with it. It ain't supposed to be that hard.
Right.
Like you said, we not supposed to be your therapist, your shrink. We not supposed to be all that as a husband.
Right.
You see, that's too much. But Esau has created this system to where it's complicated. You really hate what this system has done to everything, including women. So it ain't anything like just this hatred for just because she's a woman. No, we understand what this system has done to women.
Right.
So it's like, we know, like, you get started in that shit can be extremely overcomplicated, and it ain't supposed to be like that.
Right.
Dealing with a woman is supposed to be simple.
Right.
She has a natural nature to be a servant. You have a natural nature to be a leader. You have a natural nature to be, as a man, you are a visionary. Okay? The woman has a natural nature to maintain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So when you look at the simplicity in Yahushua, like the brothers get into, everything from the beginning was simplified. When it said tawab, it said it's good, it's pleasing, it's agreeable.
Right.
You see? You're not supposed to be trying to, you dealing with a woman and you trying to figure out what angle she coming from. She trying to figure out what angle you coming from. You got to deal with her trauma. You got things that's unhealed. It ain't supposed to be this complicated like this.
Right.
It ain't supposed to be a podcast, 3-hour live stream talking about the relationship between man and woman. It's supposed to be simple. Going back to what you look at the animals, think the deers ain't doing that. The animals not doing that.
Hell no.
They have a simple system and they thrive and they survive.
They in order.
Yeah, but it's us. Esau got everybody arguing about the table, popping some goddamn balloon. Now think about it. Look at the simplicity of the man and woman, but now you have all this conflict and trauma that's in the equation that just overcomplicate every goddamn thing. And that's another thing that make us be misanthropic because everything is overcomplicated, man. You know, we getting back to simplicity, man.
Yeah, that shit make you hate everything, man.
Yeah.
Because Esau defiled it all. It all goes back to that source. Esau's the end of this age, and Jacob is the beginning of the age to follow. This age is signed sincerely Esau. You know, so everything in it outside of the elect is Esau. His signature is on it.
Yep.
Whether it's people, ideas, thoughts, institutions.
Right.
Esau's signature is over all of it. You know, and good is set against evil. So again, you're gonna have a natural contempt for this. Like, man, this is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And anybody who can't see it that way, you look at them like you over there.
Yeah.
That's just by default. Knowing the times and the seasons we in, when sometimes there's a time to set apart, to refrain from embracing.
Yep.
That's a misanthropic mindset. I'm gonna refrain from embracing family or friend.
I got something for you. This is Sirach, Ecclesiastes 17:26. Turn again to the Most High and turn away from iniquity, for he will lead thee out of darkness into the light of health, and hate thou abomination vehemently.
Ooh.
And that's what we've come to do. You know, as we've come out of that darkness into the light, we've come to hate abomination vehemently, which means very vehement goes into very strong, very strong feeling.
I got a definition for you real quick. Dictionary: vehemently, in a forceful, passionate, or intense manner, with great feeling.
And we hate abomination intensely. We have an intense hatred for abomination. The way that relationships are conducted here, the relationship even between parent and child, is an abomination. The way that people are allowed to follow these different philosophies, and the way that the earth is being, the minds of the people are being constantly destroyed, is an abomination. And we hate that. We hate that we have to dwell amongst this and continue to put on like that Clark Kent every day.
Right.
Put on a Clark Kent, walking through, okay, con. But in the back of your mind, it's like
that vexation.
Yeah.
That vexation, bro.
Yeah.
Cause this is not all there is to life. This can't be all there is to life. Eat, shit, sleep, go to work, be around a bunch of people that you don't want to be around, have conversations that you don't want to have, then go back to a dysfunctional home, to a dysfunctional woman and child. Then more than likely Jake is being ran by that woman and child to the ground, and you're only seen as a utility in the world. So the only thing that you bring of value is your money. And if you don't have that, then you don't have access to women. You don't have access to different amenities in this life. So your whole life is basically vain.
Yeah.
And if I could say this too, just add to what you're saying, another thing that Esau overcomplicated is the accumulation of wealth.
Right.
It shouldn't be this hard to accumulate wealth. It shouldn't be this hard to take care of a family, to provide for a family as a man. That's why it's looked at as some great accomplishment.
If you can do it.
If you can do it. Because he makes it so difficult to do. It's not supposed to be this hard. Okay? If people still had the knowledge of the earth, okay, that's why you look at even post-slavery, all right, when Jake would have an acre of land, but they'd have 14, 15 children. That's because the land took care of them. They knew the land.
Right.
They didn't have to depend on this man's corporation to provide for their family. You know, they knew how to, all right, work the land. They had livestock, they had gardens, they had, you know, like y'all was saying earlier, that how our grandparents, they only went to market to get probably sugar
and flour.
Sugar and flour.
That was it.
But mainly everything, and if they didn't grow it, the garden,
right,
you know, the farm next to them grew it.
Yeah,
they could trade, swap.
Barter system.
Yeah. But going back into it's not supposed to be this hard to create wealth. You know, Esau makes these things, all right, overcomplicated by putting you on a dollar system. A dollar system is really it's a tool to it disrupts wealth.
Right.
accumulation.
Right.
Because when you look at what a dollar is, it's pretty much a limiter. That you can only get this much. Going back into it, we don't know how much King David and King Solomon had because they didn't have a system to measure what they had.
Right. Put a cap.
They
on
just had
shit.
abundance.
Yeah.
If you have $1 million, that means that you can only get $1 million worth of resources, and that's it.
Yeah.
But if you grow your own resources,
Yeah.
they can't put a cap on that.
Right.
Put a dollar amount on it.
Yeah. If you know, that's why wisdom is above money.
Right.
Hey, that's heavy because when you read about Solomon, it tell you that he received 666 talents
Yeah.
a year. Right. In my study Bible, it say that was 3 billion and some change
Yeah.
that he would receive, but they didn't tell you what he had.
Yeah.
That's just what he was receiving.
Right.
Because the Lord don't want. Hey, it ain't important what Israel got as abundance.
Yeah.
It's what the heathens were bringing to Jerusalem.
Right.
Yeah.
That's when you start to be entrapped in that whole snare
Yeah.
of numbering things.
Yeah.
That's why the Lord said, don't even number Israel.
Right.
Once you start to number stuff, then you start to become prideful.
Now, you don't need to know what we got. Just tell me how much you bring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You start to worry about things that don't matter.
Right.
Stop numbering shit.
This Proverbs 8:35. For whoso findeth me findeth life, and shall obtain favor of Yahweh. But he that sinneth against me wrongeth his own soul. All that hate me love death. And that's why the Ecclesiastes 10:10, it reads, the physician come to cut off a disease.
Right.
The so-called white man is a disease, man. Everything that he do, again, he's anti-life and pro-death.
Right.
So if you hate the Lord, then that means you love the so-called white man.
That's it.
By default.
That's it. There's no gray area. There's no area in between the Lord, good and evil.
Right.
It's, you got good, you got evil. There's no.
Yeah.
I'm kind of good. Nah.
No.
It's,
Yeah.
You got good and evil. It's that. It's the Lord or Esau.
Yeah, because that and it's cold because the Lord said that Matthew 6, right? You can't serve God and mammon,
Right.
right? 1 Corinthians 10:21, you can't sit at the Lord's table. You can't drink from the Lord's cup. And you trying to see what Esau got in his shit.
Yeah.
Oh, that did we read that Proverbs 23?
No, I got it.
Yeah. Let's get that.
So Proverbs 23, it says, when thou sittest to eat with the ruler, consider diligently what is before thee.
Esau, the ruler now. You know, and what he presents to eat is his doctrine. Same thing with the serpent. He brought Eve something to eat,
Yeah.
Right.
which is a philosophy of doctrine.
Yeah.
So we now the spirit, because see, we didn't have a defense before, because we didn't have nothing to compare
Right.
the food,
Right.
what Esau was giving us. We didn't
Right.
have nothing to compare it to.
Right.
But now that we have the true
Man.
bread, Yahweh shot,
That's
the
heavy.
manna,
Right.
all right, a life,
Nigga
the
been
bread of
giving,
life.
we been giving out that GMO
Yeah,
shit, nigga.
yeah.
And the Lord said, I will prepare, a table being prepared, roughly paraphrasing, in the presence of our enemies. Jake thought this was the only table in town.
Yeah.
So Jake was
Yeah.
looking through it like,
Yeah.
Go this nigga bang.
maybe the dumplings are.
Yeah.
And then the Lord was like, get up from now.
Yeah.
Come over here. And this is another table being established. Wisdom bring it to a kingdom, you know? So the Lord is feeding us with meat and food that's convenient for us through the Spirit, that's actually profitable. Esau's dainties are not profitable for you. It seemed like it on the front end, but the back end is even worse. It ain't even worth the trouble.
It is not balanced because with the truth, because even going to the sweet and the bitter, well, your diet supposed to have sweets and bitters.
Right,
You know, Esau just give you all sweets.
right.
You know, and that's what people, you know, crave is them sweets. But no, you're supposed to have bitters, and that's why when you start eating different, it takes a while to your taste buds to get back used to raw food, to natural food,
Right.
you know, to whole foods without all the additives,
Right.
you know.
Right.
So this doctrine is raw. It's pure. It's raw. It's like a raw diet, you know, with no additives, man. But the benefits of it, and then after a while, your taste buds, your spiritual taste buds get adapted, you know, to that pure food,
Right.
you know.
It's an acquired taste.
Yeah, because you're not eating for the sake of lust. You're eating for the benefits.
Sustenance.
Yeah, you're eating for the benefits now.
Mm.
You know, or say, "Woe to thee, O land, with thy king."
Right.
You know,
Eat it early in the
eat
morning.
early in the morning.
Yeah.
But then when your king is a noble, he eat it for strength.
Yeah, it say eat in due season.
Yeah, he eat for strength.
Yeah.
You see, with the intentions. Okay, you got it, bro.
If I get this one precept, it says Sirach or Ecclesiastes 31, and I'm gonna get verse 20. It says, "Sound sleep cometh of moderate eating. He riseth early, and his wits are with him. But the pain of watching and toiler and pangs of the belly are with an unsatiable man." I'm gonna get verse 16. It says, "Eat as it becometh a man, those things which are set before thee, and devour not, lest thou be hated. Leave off first for manners' sake, and be not unsatiable, lest thou offend." And it's going into basically how you should partake and indulge in different meats. Now, it's talking about actual eating, but it could be likened spiritually unto doctrines.
Yep.
How you sit, what you partake in, how you eat. You have to be careful of these things, like you're getting into. But it's Proverbs 23.
But real quick, when it say unsatiated, that means you unsatisfied. And the spirit of not being satisfied runs you to the ground. Because people like going back to this system, it teaches you to never be satisfied, never be content. The scripture say, "What godliness
It's great.
great gain."
Yeah.
But Esau tell you, look, if you have 1,000,000, why not get 10,000,000? If you made 10,000,000, go get 100. So you spend so much time changing the number, okay, that you just as unending quest. Because the scripture says the eye is never satisfied with sin. You just always want the next woman instead of focusing on building a legacy. And it's another thing, a concept too. Esau teach people to live their whole life for them. It gets to a certain point to where you gotta start setting up the next generation. You see, you get to a certain point to where we done had, the women and fun and whatever, and then the Lord still got to where you have, your women but then that becomes in the back. Now we got another generation we gotta prepare.
Right.
Now it's even bigger than us in this generation. We gotta start preparing for the next generation. That's why when Jacob, when he was wrestling the angel, he was thinking about us. You see, when he was wrestling the angel all night, it wasn't. He had 4 women. He had stuff. He did. You know what I'm saying? Imagine if Jacob just spent his time just trying to accumulate more livestock and women. And no, it came to a point to where it wasn't about him no more. Now it's about setting up the next generation. But that's another thing Esau teach people. That's why you got women, you got people, not just women, but people in their 60s and 70s still talking about I'm doing me. But the next generation ain't set up for nothing. And this also the problem with this generation is nobody set them up for nothing.
Right.
No, because Esau taught people to live their life just for them. To think about their one life and get the best out of their one life and not think about generation. But he thinks generation.
Right. 100%.
The Rockefellers and the DuPonts and the Rothschilds, they think generational. But they teach the world to think one life at a time. One generation at a time. You got
They learned from their mistake of their forefather Esau.
Yeah.
Esau had that one generational mindset. That's why he gave up the birthright.
He just thought he despised it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Keep reading on that.
23.
Yep.
It says, "And put a knife to thy throat, if thou be a man given to appetite. Be not desirous of his dainties, for they are deceitful meat. Labor not to be rich. Cease from thine own wisdom. Wilt thou set thine eyes upon that which is not? For riches certainly make themselves wings. They fly away as an eagle toward heaven. Eat thou not the bread of him that hath an evil eye, neither desire thou his dainty meats."
And Esau, he has that evil eye. You know, here it is. You're listening to your enemy about prosperity. Your enemy is not going to teach you prosperity. Esau has he has dressed up self-destruction as prosperity. Okay, going back to that Epicurean lifestyle. That's a lifestyle of self-destruction.
Right.
It's unbalanced. It's not realistic.
Right.
You can't live like them niggas in the rap video every day. You know,
No,
that's the lifestyle that Jake want. Jake want that lifestyle every day.
Yeah.
You know, you got niggas that want to do the club every night. Different women just, random and drugs and party. You can't do that. The body ain't even built for Epicurean.
To withstand that.
Yeah. You know, there's a balance to everything, man. And Esau has given you, the food of self-destruction, but it's sweet, it's good.
Unbalanced life.
Yeah. Because people that like the rotten teeth and see, it don't start eventually, it gradually get to their point. People that eat all their sugar and, teeth and rotten, it gradually get to that point. But the process of getting to them rotten teeth is great. It's, just non-stop candy.
Yeah.
You trying everything, variety, boom. Sour Skittles, Sour Patch, now later,
Goddamn.
we stayed with the packing now. You remember them long packing now?
Yeah. Kept the bitch
Kept that shit, but
Man.
the process of destroying yourself feels great, and that's what Esau has mastered. Okay, because even that's why he experiment with them, with lab rats. That's why even with cocaine, when crack was the first drug where the mother, the mother of the lab rat chose the crack over the children. That was the first drug to do that. So he knew what it was gonna do to Jake, and that's why crack mothers are known for what? Abandoning their children.
Yeah.
You see? So man, this devil. Yeah, he's always been about, pushing destruction as prosperity. That's what going back to the garden. That's how he pushed death to Eve above immortality, man. He dressed it up, and with this, when he switched to this system, he gonna dress up this new system as prosperity.
Glorified wickedness.
Yeah. What you say? Organized wickedness, like you.
Yep.
Yeah. And Esau going into that cunning hunter, he dressed up death as enlightenment. And they do that now. The whole Luciferian sect, the Edomites, who believe that the serpent was the good guy. You just dressing up death as enlightenment. Nah, to stay in the law, statutes, and commandments, that's archaic, that's barbaric. But come out here to this new progressive lifestyle, which is just organized destruction and wickedness.
Yeah, some nigga came on the comment board, one of my videos, and said, the serpent taught Eve, the serpent showed Eve how God really is. I'm like, what, nigga? Like, he opened Eve's eyes to who the Lord really showed him how he is, and that's why he said you'll be like God. No good. I like, bro, go teach that shit on your channel.
Right. That's that spirit of rebellion. They try to justify rebellion, but look at the results, and that's what the Lord said, judge. Ye that be kings of the earth, look at the rulership and tell me if the mindset is right or wrong. And as you mature in the spirit, you start to despise and hate not just Esau, but the products.
Man, he's supposed to be trying to. He can't get the birthright, so he gonna kill everybody. He know. But like the Apostle been saying for years, man. This nigga know who he is, man. His goal is to wipe out everything, man. He's a counselor. His job is to kill everything, man. That nigga is anti-life and pro-death, man. And he just a crab in the bucket. His job is to kill Jake, man. Oh, as a matter of fact, right? In Genesis, man, I'm reading this the other day, it was a couple weeks ago, right? I read it in the lesson. In Genesis 27, making that point about this nigga, man. This is his job. This is what he do. Genesis 27 and 40. Let me start at 41 real quick. Genesis 27 and 41. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then I slay my brother Jacob. This verse 42. These words of Esau heard, and these words of Esau, her elder son, were told to Rebekah. And she sent and called Jacob, her younger son, and said unto him, Behold, thy brother Esau, as touching thee, doeth comfort himself, proposing to kill thee. This nigga is comforted
Right.
in killing Jake, man.
Right.
That's his goal. I'm gonna kill all these niggas. Not today. Give me 10 years.
Right. Pinky in the brain.
Not 10 years. I'll give him in 100. But this nigga, Willie Lynch.
Mm-hmm.
Let me teach you how to keep these niggas separated. This nigga told all the slave masters, gather up. Listen to this shit. Keep it light and young, old. Yeah.
Yeah, in that letter, he mentioned perpetual slavery.
That's it, bro.
Like how to keep us in a perpetual state of
Was that not him talking in comfort?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I got that in the NLT, Genesis 27:42. But Rebekah heard about Esau's plans. So she sent for Jacob and told him, listen, Esau is consoling himself by plotting to kill you.
Consoling himself, man.
Because the blessing is it's already written. The Lord's going to give Jacob the blessing. And Esau keep trying to push that deadline down. But you can't. You can't. But it's still in him to kill Jake as a consolation.
It brings him joy. Hey, when we was going to how they were doing the women, experimenting on women without the epidurals,
Yeah.
Yeah.
how much pain they can take it. Bro, that's comfort that nigga, man.
Right.
His comfort is in our destruction, because we read yesterday in Wisdom of Solomon 2. You know, he knows
Yeah.
after this is over with, so he wants to speedily use the creation that he has.
Some more missing point.
You know, he wants to speedily use it because he knows it's up for him.
And if I can add, Esau done turned 2/3 to an extension of himself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's why the prophets, man, Lord will, that number, we hate all this shit, man. Because the earth is just an extension of Esau, man. Real quick, brother gonna get some more definition. Get that Psalms 37 and 25. You know, because the earth is just an extension of the wickedness of Esau. Okay? And as we grow in Yahushua, we have an intense hatred. We see why we hate Esau like our father hate Esau, man.
Mm-hmm.
You see, when we first coming in, we read it, it was a shock factor. We didn't know the Most High hate.
Right.
You know? But then, like I said, you mature, you grow until you see why the Most High hate this nigga, man.
Exactly.
And we develop the same hatred. Just like certain people, they'll try to tell you about somebody that you know ain't shit. And they think they good because they new to them.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You don't even say nothing. You was like, and then right on cue, about 2 months later, man,
Yeah.
bitch
But we
ass
hit you
nigga,
back.
tell you about this bitch ass nigga. Yeah, bro.
I didn't want to say I told you.
This is Psalms 37 and 25. I have been young and now I'm old.
It might be Salaki. It might be see
Man.
if it's 26. Let me see what is it. What 26 say, bro?
It says, he is ever merciful and lendeth, and his seed is blessed.
Go to it might be Psalm 34
Psalms 34.
and 25. Let me see. Let me see, folks. Like
How's it go?
that wicked spreading itself like a green bay
Great
tree.
tree. Yeah. That is.
37.
37 to 35.
Yeah.
35. Okay. I was about 10 off. Yeah, come.
This is Psalms 37 and 35. I have seen the wicked in great power.
Yep.
And spreading himself like a green bay tree.
Yeah, so Esau has become powerful. He spread himself. Okay? He has influenced the earth to be likened unto him. And the New World Order is the complete transition of people becoming likened unto him. Okay, that's why he wants to put you on this social credit system, because he can modify your behavior on a whole nother level. Okay, he wants to get into your neurons so he can modify your spirit. You see? So this man has become powerful and has spread himself. Okay? He controls the external world. Now he wants to control the eternal, internal you.
Mm-hmm.
You see? Go ahead.
Yet he passed away.
Yep.
And lo, he was not.
Yep. So it's like he did when Yahushua come. You know, he's going to do such a removal of Esau. It's going to be like he was never there. You know, it's going to be like he never was in power. You know? So, when we're going back to Misanthrope, why are we Misanthrope? Because the earth is an extension of Esau. Esau has turned society into an extension of himself. You got it, bro.
Key characteristics. It says negative moral judgment.
Yep.
It says sees humanity as morally corrupt,
Sees
or flawed.
humanity as morally corrupt or flawed. We see it for what it is.
That's it.
Okay, this place it just ain't right. The people just ain't right. They hate righteousness. Not only, you know, do they not practice righteousness, but they hate it. You see, the scriptures say in 2nd Ezra 9. Okay, what it said, they loathe my law.
Right.
Yeah, what again?
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
and you get that word loathe, it goes into an intense hatred.
Right.
You see, so this world hates righteousness, man.
Right.
That's why we get so much slack. Okay, go ahead.
Finishing it up, it says, I'll just read it all again. A misanthrope is a person who dislikes, distrusts, or has a general contempt for humankind, often believing people are inherently selfish, flawed, or bad, leading to cynicism and social isolation. Though it's a personality trait, not usually a mental illness, and can stem from deep-seated negative views on human nature or experiences.
Yeah, deep-seated negative views. Okay, because we got another view, we got another outlook now.
Right.
Okay, the things that we thought was okay, because you know, this world teaches you to form your righteousness based off emotion.
Right.
How something makes you feel. You know, that's why you can sell crack, but then you can give out bikes in Christmas and feel good.
Right. Right.
You righteous now. You know what I'm saying? You voided that out.
You evened it out.
Yeah. Nah, man, it's just wicked for what it is. Wicked, like you say, it's just wicked, man.
Yeah.
It can't be, ain't no gray areas, man. If it's outside of righteousness, it's wicked. That's why Yahushua say, well, let your nay be nay, and yea be yea. Anything outside of that cometh evil.
Yeah.
So he was telling you that gray areas are evil.
Right. Right.
Going back to earlier.
Yeah.
If a woman, you ask if she got a man, she say, what? It's complicated.
Yep.
That's evil.
Every
Right.
time. Yep.
Right.
That's wickedness.
Right.
You see? So the scriptures, what they're doing, it creates a black and white effect in the gray society.
Right.
And a lot of the gray fall over into the black, the dark.
Right.
And there's only a few that falls into the white, the light, you know, the purity, and that's the remnant. Okay, and that's another thing. We realize that most people are bull. It's only a few normal people in the world.
That's it.
Like when you really just sit back and peep, because the spirit have you as a judge, you're always analyzing.
Right.
Because you're not participating, you're analyzing. Because a judge is someone that's on the outside looking in of the case that's before them.
Mm.
They have nothing to do with the case. You know, you can't be a judge. All right, you can't judge a case, okay, that you're involved in.
Right.
You have to be on the outside looking in. So the Lord has us on the outside looking into the world and analyzing these things. And I know brothers have it all the time. You have certain epiphanies, you know, like you realize, like, damn, it ain't too many normal people in the world.
I say that every time I go into Walmart and I just look at all the hundreds of people in there. I'm the only same motherfucker in there.
It ain't too many normal people.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, this world, you know, so going back into that definition, this is from a viewpoint because you're on the outside looking in, analyzing and filtering everything through the scriptures.
Mm.
You know, this is the Most High's righteousness that we're filtering everything through. Okay, you got it, bro.
Absolutely.
Okay, come.
It says, "Yet he passed away, and lo, he was not. Yea, I sought him, but he could not be found.
Yep.
Mark the perfect man, and behold the upright.
Yep.
For the end of that man is peace."
Cause
Hey. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, cause it's a definition in Misanthropic that talked about. It was in the AI overview talking about they still deal with a certain few people. I think we had looked it up yesterday. You know, I know it'll give you different definitions
I was
sometimes.
gonna say, cause reading that song, right? It said he spread himself like a greenberry tree, but then it said he's gonna be like he never been.
Yeah.
How is that if when the tree spread itself, it's get rooted,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
This is Job 18.
Yeah, that's gonna be heavy.
This is Job 18 and verse 5. It reads, "Yeah, the light of the wicked shall be put out, and the spark of his fire shall not shine. The light shall be dark in his tabernacle, and his candle shall be put out with him. The steps of his strength shall be straightened, and his own counsel shall cast him down." We watching it happen now.
Yep.
His own counsel casting him down. For he is cast into a net by his own feet, and walked upon his snare. The jinn shall take him by the heel, and the robber shall prevail against him. Right? So the jinn taking him by the heel is Yahweh Shah. That's why I tell you when you go to real quick, Hosea 12 and 3. He took his brother Hosea 12 and 3. He took his brother by the heel in the womb, and by his strength he had power with God. So
he took his brother by the heel in the womb, Jacob.
Right. And it say again, Job 18 and 9, the jinn shall take him by the heel, which is the snare, the trap, Yahweh Shah. It say, and the robber shall prevail against him, which is Yahweh Shah. The snare is laid for him in the ground, and a trap for him in the way. Terror shall make him afraid on every side. And when you read in 2 Corinthians 4, it said, we are troubled on every side. Right? We was distressed, perplexed but not destroyed, forsaken but not cast down. But it said we were troubled on every side. Who was on every Esau? So it say Job 18:11 it reads, terror shall make him afraid on every side, and shall drive him to his feet. His strength shall be hunger bitten, and destruction shall be ready at his side. It shall devour the strength of his skin. Even the firstborn of death shall devour his strength, which is Yahweh Shah. His confidence, which is what? The sword, right? That pen. His confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle, and shall bring him to the king of terrors. So in that Psalm 37, say he spread himself like a green bay tree, and trees take root. I'm talking about root. But then how the fuck this nigga gonna come up missing then? His roots gotta get put.
Gotta be uprooted.
He gonna be a root no branch.
He gonna be uprooted, and this doctrine, his infrastructure gonna be uprooted. But the main thing is his doctrine that dominates the earth, because it's his doctrine that dominates the earth.
Goddamn draconian measures.
Yeah. Cause going back to the nigga on the comment board, he just an extension of an Edomite.
Yeah.
Where the Most High is the villain and the serpent was the good guy,
Yeah.
freeing Eve from
Fucking nigga.
bondage.
Man.
Yeah, that's an extension of Edomite philosophy.
Right.
Most people in the world, especially over here in the West, they're an extension of that Edomite philosophy.
Yeah.
That's why any rebuttal to this truth is an extension of Edomite philosophy, man.
Yeah, because the nigga said, the one nigga on my comment, boy, he said, yes, the serpent showed Eve that God was the enemy.
Yeah.
Because he kept him back from shit, showing him shit.
Yeah.
But it was Satan it was the serpent that showed him everything. I was like, nigga, don't from here, man.
Yeah.
Shit, man.
I found some. I didn't find the part about the liking small sex like we saw last night.
Yeah.
But I saw another core characteristic of a misanthropic mindset. It says moral hypersensitivity. It says many misanthropes are disappointed idealists who hold humanity to high standards.
Woo! And what is the standard?
Right.
The scriptures.
Mm-hmm.
You see? That's why you say it after a while, once you get disappointed so much, you just check out.
Right.
You don't have no more expectation. Like you don't even have no expectation. Like this can go somewhere.
No. Right.
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 You meet somebody that's cool in the world. Like this can go somewhere. Your mind made up this shit finna go left somewhere.
Right.
So I might well don't even lean on it no type of way. Dealing with the woman, like, yeah, she disappointed, goddamn, like, goddamn.
This the one.
Yeah.
I love her.
It's different. It hit different. Yeah. Oh, yeah,
Hey,
shit.
did you read the key characteristics?
I've read the moral on that one.
Okay.
The moral.
You see something else?
I seen another one.
So you got key characteristics: hatred, distrust, a strong aversion of mistrust of people in general, and this other one say cynicism. Cynicism. Okay, a belief that people are motivated by selfishness or are generally bad. You got social avoidance, may withdraw from society or avoid social interactions. Negative moral judgment, sees humanity as morally corrupt or flawed.
Mm-hmm.
You got
And what's that? 2 Timothy 3:1.
yup,
Brother, wanna get
yup,
that
yup.
in there too.
So you got related terms, misanthropy,
2 Timothy 3:1.
misanthropy, no, it's like it. The general hatred or dislike of humankind.
Yep.
The concept feeling. Then they got philanthropist, the opposite, someone who loves humankind and works to help
And
others.
that's what Esau pushed his billionaires on philanthropists, like the Rockefellers.
Yeah.
Like these people are philanthropists because you found the con because they give to Howard, Harvard University. They build a building, a science lab. That they're lovers of humanity. That's a goddamn lie, man. And see, Esau hates people just cause. Esau just hate life.
Yeah.
A misanthrope is someone who hates the wickedness of the world and sees the world for what it is and separates themselves from it.
Mm.
Esau, he just hates life. He just disrupts life any opportunity he gets, man. But then he calls himself a philanthropist, man.
It's crazy. I got
No, you got
another couple of definitions. It says a misanthrope's dislike is typically aimed at humanity as a whole, not specific individuals or groups, but they still have to interact with people as a necessity of living in society.
Yeah, we gotta go to the plantation, man. You gotta go shot around these niggas, man. And damn devils. You got
It says a part of the key characteristics, selective relationships. While misanthropes despise humanity in general, they may have a few close individual relationships or family members they value. The key is the individual's character, not their group membership.
That's it. That's it.
It says,
Read that again.
That's it.
it says selective relationships. While misanthropes despise humanity in general, They may have a few close individual relationships or family members they value. The key is the individual's character, not their group membership. And then it says necessary interaction. Misanthropes often must deal with people.
6 and 6.
6 to 6, yeah.
Ecclesiastes.
It says necessary interaction. Misanthropes often must deal with people for practical reasons, such as work, education, or essential services, which can be a source of frustration for them.
Oh man,
They may adopt a mask or a professional demeanor to navigate these interactions.
that's the brothers.
Man.
That's the brothers, man. Hey, because it says you selective. A misanthrope is selective. You really, you know, and the more you in the truth, the more selective you become. Or who's around you, who you allow around
who
you,
you
man.
put yourself,
Yeah,
Plantation is one thing,
yeah,
but out of that, it's your world.
no,
It's our world, yeah.
It says focus on flaws. The misanthrope's negative view often stems from observing collective human failings, vices, and negative traits like greed, superficiality, or cruelty. And then it says a general disdain, which, you know, that goes into something else.
yeah, man. That
it.
sums it up.
Yeah.
That goes into the details of the main thing. That selective mindset, man. That's why I say, brothers, value your peace, value your space, man. Okay, it shouldn't be so easy for people to have access to you like that, man.
Right.
You know, you gotta be real selective, man. That's a privilege. Just like if we're becoming like Yahweh Shai ain't got anybody around him.
Right.
That's why these niggas like Genesis, them niggas ain't dwelling in the spirit of Yahweh Shai. Don't got them niggas around him.
Hey, bro, I say that so much.
Yeah.
I've been saying that for a long time. Hey, Yahweh ain't finna put anybody around Yahweh Shai.
Nah.
Yeah.
So we gotta have that mind too, like we should be real selective. That's the traits of the Heavenly Father and Yahweh Shai. They selective. You have not chosen me, but I have chosen you. Yahweh Shai selected the disciples, man.
Hey, I got a couple precepts.
You know, go ahead.
What's it like?
No, you got it.
This Sirach 37:10. Consult not with one that suspected thee, and hide thy counsel from such as envy thee.
Yeah, because you gotta understand, this world is all about it, and then people want to destroy anything that they can. You see, going back to an extension of an Edomite. People can't destroy what they don't know. If they don't know your plans, how can they destroy? If they don't know how you moving, that's why this ain't just we should be an open book. You know, you tell Jake what you got going on at work, man. Jake be plotting, trying to see how he can.
Yeah. Frustrated.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, this heavy, right? Ecclesiastes 37:10. Hey, here is the misanthrope precept.
Yeah.
Listen, it reads, Ecclesiastes 37:10. Consult not with one that suspected thee, and hide thy counsel from such as envy thee. Neither consult with a woman touching her of whom she is jealous, neither with a coward in matters of war, nor with a merchant concerning exchange, nor with a buyer or seller or of selling, nor with an envious man of thankfulness, nor with an unmerciful man touching kindness, nor with the slothful for any work, nor with an hireling for a year of finished work, nor with an idle servant of much business. Hearken not unto these in any matter of counsel, but be thou continued with a godly man, who thou knowest to keep the commandments of the Lord, whose mind is according to thy mind, and will sorrow with thee if thou shalt miscarry.
Yeah, so we gotta learn how to use people for their expertise
It's the whole list.
and nothing else. You know, like I said, we can't be an open book to everybody, man. You know, because there's a misanthrope. You have to deal with people for essentials and you know your work or whatever, but deal with them according to their expertise and nothing less, man. I mean, nothing more. You know, deal with them according to, all right, what you need them for.
Carnal business.
Yeah, and then fall back. You know, because I say this world is full of people, you know, that's in the mind of an Edomite. And Esau's mind is to what? Sabotage.
Right.
He sabotaged the garden. He sabotaged paradise.
Right.
Okay? So yeah, so a misanthrope is not just it's just not just a
Hateful person.
it's not a hateful person, it's also a defense mechanism.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you think about it. It's a it's a wise defense mechanism. Okay? To already suspect most people to be what most people are.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you treat them accordingly and avoid them at all costs if you can.
Mm-hmm.
You know, every brother's situation different, but you know, within our situation, man, we should always be looking at how to withdraw more. You know, how to be more closed-minded, because you gotta rehearse that. You gotta rehearse not saying too much.
Yeah.
You gotta practice that.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a skill that gotta be trained up.
Yeah.
You know,
Real talk.
so we have to practice these things, man, around these people, man. You know, because only the brothers got your best interest in mind. Only Yahweh Shai got your best interest in mind, and the spirit of Yahweh Shai is in the brothers, man. So anything outside of that, man, you know, it's just a disappointment waiting to happen.
Mm-hmm.
It might take a month, might take 10 months, but it's just a disappointment waiting to happen. You know, you got it, bro.
That's it, bro.
It says types of misanthropic stances.
Yep.
It says philosopher Ian James Kidd identifies 4 primary stances or responses to a misanthropic worldview. I'm gonna just get one of them. It says the quietist, defined by resignation. This type accepts that humanity's flaws are unchangeable and chooses modest, detached ways of living. Because until Yahweh Shah comes, this is all what it's going to be. And it's only going to wax worse and worse. That's why the Lord said, come out of her, my people. You know, you got to withdraw from this place because ultimately it's defiled. And it's not going to change until Yahweh Shah get back. You getting into it and trying to, I can change this. No.
Yeah.
You can't. You in the world, but you're not of it. Because you can't change what's already happening until Yahweh Shah get back.
A boys and girls club.
Right.
It ain't gonna do it, man.
It's not going to move the needle.
That's a little bit what we were talking about last night about how, you know, we're not stronger than these demons. You know, there's nothing in your power that you're going to do to change anything that's going on in this world outside of the power of the Lord. So you got to withdraw, like the Lord said, just withdraw. Take yourself out of it, because if you continue to dwell in it, you're going to destroy yourself. So just withdraw and let the Yahweh Shai handle what's going on in the earth. And you handle what the Lord has for you, our responsibilities, which is just to withdraw spiritually and mentally.
Yeah, spiritually, mentally, and emotionally.
Because what we have to do is doable, which is to feed the elect, to edify the other right now. All right, we're being edified as we're doing this lesson. You brothers and sisters that are listening, you're being edified, and that's what we're tasked to do. You know, that's the assignment that we're on. And that's when the Lord is coming back to deliver those who have been taking heed to this word that's been going out. Okay? So that's our task. And we see the progress in it. We see brothers maturing. You know, we seeing, you know, brothers and sisters on the coming board being consistent. You know? So we're seeing the progress of this word going forth, and the prophecies that we preach on are happening.
I was just gonna say,
You see? You can't the Lord has a strategy. The Lord is making major moves. He's making these nations, okay, hate one another, okay, to where there finna be a lot of double cross, triple cross, as they roll this new world order out. We see the Lord making big moves. So, you know, a goddamn new swing set in the projects.
Right.
A new basketball court.
Yeah. I'm a black top.
Yeah.
Put the gate, you know what I'm saying? Nigga, you know, nigga late, man. Nigga, this we need some big plays, man.
Right.
Them 4-yard plays.
Yeah, that's what you drew up.
Yeah.
HB, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, check that out.
29 died, you know what I'm saying? Like, nigga.
That's the wrong play.
Yeah, nah, nigga, you need, but, and we see it in prophecy, man. So, just going back into it, we know Yahweh Shai gonna change, and we've been given an assignment to where, you know, that plays a part in the overall bigger picture of the change, you know, but us thinking that we're gonna, and that's why we're told, be concerned about those that are like you.
Right.
You know, we're constantly told that many gonna die in vain. You know, just deal with those. He said, don't even be concerned about how the ungodly gonna perish. You know, so we can focus on the task we've been given within the algorithm of the Lord getting ready to come change this thing, man. You got it, bro. There's some more.
That was it on that one.
Okay. There's some more in there. On the something else work. Cause I got
No, not on this definition.
okay, you had some?
Oh, that was all the definitions I read.
Okay, we can end it here because this sum it up. You know, the misanthropic, you know, mindset. This is Sirach 6, and I'm gonna start at verse 6, and this is in the GNT. It says, "Exchange greetings with many, but take advice from one person out of 1,000."
Mm-hmm.
Being selective,
Right.
you know, like you were saying, you know, this misanthropic mindset makes you selective.
Right.
Okay, so we're not just tossed to and fro, and, like I said, open book and taking advice from everybody and trying to incorporate this, and you know, you got niggas that's, you know, 5% / Islam
Right.
/ Christian, you know, they're just all over the place,
Right.
taking counsel and trying to, you know, trying to build a philosophy out of all these. Nah, man. One out of, and this spirit, because they have a counselor, 1 out of 1,000.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when King Solomon did his trial, how many men of 1,000 did he say was right? One. You see? So he said that out of 1,000 have one counselor. You know?
Mm.
So every brother that you take counsel from, you automatically by default cancel out the next 1,000 people.
Right.
Right.
Now look, I always link that with 1 Corinthians 4:15.
Okay, you got it, bro.
1 Corinthians 4:15. For though you have 10,000 instructors in Mashiach, yet have you not many fathers. For Mashiach Yahweh shall have a guide you through the gospel. So though you had 10,000 instructors in Mashiach, yet have you not many fathers. So that goes into that. Hey, though you have be at peace with many, but have but one counselor among 1,000. It's a lot of niggas out here that's claiming the truth, to call on the Lord, but the Lord gave us our spiritual fathers. Because you don't have but 4 spiritual fathers. But we got 100 of spiritual uncles. But it's one counsel. It's
Right.
great millstone.
Right. Same mind.
Same mind. So I always link that with that Sirach 6, man.
Yeah, come on. Now, I'm finishing this out too, bro. And it says, when you make friends, don't be too quick to trust them.
Mm.
Make sure that they have proved themselves.
Right.
So that misanthropic mindset, like, nah, you got to be proven.
Right.
You know, like someone that's new, they're under heavy scrutiny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, you peeping. You see, because that's what the spirit does to us. What's say the spirit to try you by what crooked ways.
Yeah.
Right.
You
Yeah,
see?
she would take you through crooked paths.
Yeah. She
In
would
return,
be with you.
yeah.
She wisdom examine your ass.
Yeah.
You know.
Take your ass up through
Yeah,
that.
so you got this wisdom trying to see. Yeah. You got the wisdom, you know.
We'll take your ass up
Yeah.
through that, boy.
You got the wisdom at the dice
Shit.
game with the project. The wisdom like, nah, we out here.
Yeah.
This nigga tricky. Yeah, you done came to camp twice, but then, you know, of course, you gotta grow out of stuff. Why?
Yeah.
She'll try you by those crooked paths.
Yeah.
But then she said she'll try you by her discipline.
Right.
Yeah.
You see? So when as we're out in the world, man, we're looking at everybody. You know, it might be people that you know, might be stores that you frequent because of your business, man. But so you can have, you said be at peace with many, but have a counsel of 1,000. So you can be on speaking terms with a lot of people.
Right.
Well, a lot of people don't get past.
Exact. Small talk.
You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Because
Yeah.
if I may say, advice could be destructive.
Yeah.
Because the thing about advice is the person that you're taking advice from may have a lower expectation than you.
Yep.
So they're speaking from their expectation when we already have one expectation, you know, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai. The expectation of these people in the world is far different from ours. You know, you can't be taking advice from a nigga on the affairs of how we live in our lives.
Yeah.
They don't understand what's going on.
Right.
Their expectation is low.
Hey, it's heavy because that nigga, what's this nigga, Jordan something,
Pete,
the minister of health, minister of wellness, that nigga Jordan something, Pastor RB. And I remember my elder Zaba did a lesson on it. The minister of wellness, Jordan something, the nigga talk about turkey off and chicken and fish, lawful. Man, like, bro, nigga, you can't. But pork okay though.
Nathaniel Jordan.
Yeah, Nathaniel Jordan. That nigga there. Then one nigga, you know that nigga, I did a lesson on, this nigga said, yeah, getting $1 million is easy. What's that nigga name? Your cold, what that nigga name is?
Something.
Yeah, kid nigga said, we don't put to drink water. Like,
Oh,
how
yeah,
the fuck
yeah,
you
yeah,
gonna,
yeah.
nigga, what?
Yeah.
That nigga said, you don't put, our body wasn't made to drink water. Nigga, what?
That's awful. That's the expectation of a nigga.
Yeah.
His mind is so low, his vibration is so low that the advice that he does give is low vibration.
Yeah, man, that shit. How you can, nigga?
And JJ want to be different.
Yeah.
JJ want to say something prolific.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Nah,
bro.
man. But the spirit, you know, and see, brothers have become misanthropes without knowing what the definition is.
Right.
You know, you look at it like, that's me. You know, that's us. You know, but that's what the spirit requires, man, because the scripture says, well, we walk in the peril of our overthrow.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So we have to be very mindful, you know, in this society where, you know, Esau has trained cutthroats. You know, these people are cultivated to be cutthroats, man. Okay? And to hinder progress. You know, there's a spirit that's out in the earth, man. And we have a sincere hatred and it's based in righteousness, man. Don't feel no type of way because you hate this society, man. You're not alone. You know, you brothers, you might be like, damn, I'm tripping and going. No. They tripping.
Right.
Okay, they're in full-blown rebellion against Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai. Okay, our power, man. Everything that we believe in, they're rebelling against that. You know? So nah, man, anything else we supposed to?
That's it.
All right. Well, with that, you know, we pray that you brothers, all right, and you sisters was edified once again. I want to give all praise and glory unto it.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakudash.
And double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to our younger brothers. And peace and blessings, salutations to the hopeful that Shalom.
Shalom.
Hey, while tuning in, may Yahweh Shem Shai to you, bless in your houses. May the blessing of election be upon your houses. Hey, throughout for your precepts. Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom. Shalom.